Hi there, my name is Toby and this is part one of my new series, Effortless Walking. Now, walking and running are actually very high level mastery skills and they're totally underrated. We just take them for granted. Yeah, I can walk, I can run, and we just get on and do it. We don't realize that if we could perfect the skill, the technique of walking, the whole thing changes and we can have effortless walking and in fact near infinite endurance. If we can perfect the technique, our endurance will dramatically increase because we're walking better, we're not working harder, we're working smarter. And the body is designed to be able to do this, and it really is designed to do this effortlessly. We're supposed to be able to do this on and on and on without any problem, without tiredness and without injury. So we're going to start very slowly, step by step. And this first exercise is just finding the alignment of your spine. Hands up behind your head, lift up the shoulders, lift up the rib cage, arch back, pull the belly in. Squeeze the glutes, legs are tight, and you're just bouncing on the toes. And you've got to feel this alignment and the bounce pass through the stretch in your spine. It feels a bit like you're leaning backwards. The alignment of the spine is new because it feels like you're leaning back, and when you walk you tend to lean forward because of course you're travelling forward. And it's one of the first things we've got to try and find is a nice tall spine even when we're walking forward. So remember, legs locked straight, thighs tight, squeeze the glutes, belly in, stretch up, hold the hands behind the head, nice tall spine, and then keeping that structure. Now all I'm doing is rocking the whole structure side to side, gently bouncing on the ankles. All the only work is in the toes, stretching one ankle to lean the body weight to one side and then to the other side. So I've got to feel the balance, feel the alignment, but my body is not actually moving. I've still vertical spine, just leaning side to side like a pendulum. And I'm trying to feel inside the alignment and the balance. Remember, this is so exact. I've got to feel it carefully inside. Now, once I've got this alignment structure of the spine, now I can let the hands go down at the sides. So this is the upright neutral stance. The sternum is still tilted slightly up, the belly is pulled in, shoulders are up and back a little bit. You see the elbows are behind your spine and the hands hang down at the side. Once I've got this, again, same thing, I shift my weight, leaning side to side like a pendulum, from one ankle to the other. I'm trying to feel the exact structure of my body stay the same. I'm holding the structure. That is the only effort required. I'm using the whole body very slightly to hold the structure, and then I'm using the ankles, only the ankles, to stretch out and lean side to side. So I'm shifting my body weight in the most effortless way possible. And you can see how this is going to build up. So again, get the alignment, lift up, hands up behind the head. Once you've got this stretch, then drop the hands down, but maintain the spine. Remember, there's a slight backwards arch. Glutes are tight, the glutes are doing some work, the belly pulled in, but just enough work to hold the structure. Then you start to shift your weight, but now you're shuffling. You're shuffling a little bit forward and a little bit back. Feel the pendulum swing. You've got to get this alignment, effortless alignment, and gently shift your weight. As you shift your weight, you can also add a tiny little twist. So that tiny little twist allows you to shuffle your legs a little bit. But the legs are still straight. It's the smallest step. It's got to be effortless, and it's got to be natural. You're using your body weight to move the step. You see, it's not muscular strength. You're not using muscles. All you're doing is using the muscles to hold this perfect alignment, and then just use the ankles themselves to shift your weight, twist a little bit and shuffle. And then in between you do this exercise, twisting left and right with the vertical spine, and this is also the beginning exercise for walking. You see, you've got to twist and you've got to swing in the arms, and in the end this is going to be part of our whole walking technique. On this series we're working all the way up to power walking, but we've got to go through slowly and carefully, gradually. So no matter how fit and strong you are, you've still got to try this. Of course, if you're older or you're infirm, this is easy. You can try this, and you must try this because you want to generate effortless walking if you can't walk. But even if you're super fit and you want to run or walk a marathon, you still got to practice this because this is the basis of it. Very careful internal feeling. Feel your structure and then gently shift your weight side to side and shuffle your feet. And you're using the ankles to propel you. the slightest movement in the ankle, the Achilles tendon. Now, even if you've got flat foot, it's also fine. Just it's like a funny Frankenstein walk. But you see, I've got a very slight twist, a very slight shift in the weight, but my whole upright neutral stance stays the same, and I'm just trying to shuffle this stance forward and back. And remember, always twist, loosen up, and here's the bouncing again. Bounce up now with the neutral stance, glutes tight, belly pulled in, sternum tilted slightly up, but a bit more of a bounce in the ankles. So now as you're shifting the weight, now a little bit more bounce. Use the ankles to create a gentle bounce, but the whole body structure stays the same. Now again, I'm not leaning quite so much, I'm shifting my weight from one foot to the other, but keeping a more vertical stance, a more upright head. As you can see, I'm not leaning quite as much as a pendulum, but you can see I'm still shifting my weight from one foot to the other and very carefully shuffling forward and backwards, and I've got to feel this to be effortless. This is the first beginning exercise that we can feel this effortlessness. It's got to feel it. That comes from the alignment, using the ankles, the Achilles tendon, and the toes, the arch of the foot. The Achilles tendon is the strongest tendon in the body, and we don't use it enough. And now to loosen it all up, a gentle bounce, a little bit in the knees, but try and feel the bounce in the ankles and the hips, not so much the knees. Loosen up the shoulders, and to finish off, a big deep breath, stretch up, and a deep breath out, hands down. Now I hope this made sense. Do practice this, do take this seriously, because we're leading up, as I said, all the way to power walking step by step. So do stay tuned for part 2 coming soon, and I hope you enjoy this little workout, and I look forward to seeing you in any of these other videos here.